Welcome to ypww Lesson 12. I do not own the rights to this music. The lesson text is coming out of Genesis 28, verses 20 through 21, and Genesis 32, verses 24 through 30. The topic is Jacob's life-changing experience in Penuel, Part 1. The aim of this lesson is to emphasize that a genuine relationship with God will bring a life-changing experience. The memory verse says, "And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God." Genesis 28, verses 20 through 21. Now Genesis 32, verses 24 through 30. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of that place Penuel. For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. The introduction for today's lesson. After Jacob's life-altering dream, he resumed his journey. He had been sent on a mission to find his wife and establish a life with his uncle Laban, his mother Rebekah's brother. His prayer was that God would keep him and be with him where he went. His life would change forever. The discussion says, Now the land where Jacob was dwelling with his family was in or near Haran, the place in Ur of the Chaldeans, from which God sent Abraham out from amongst his kindred. Jacob was sent out of this same land to go back home to Canaan. Along the journey, God protected him when he was pursued by his father-in-law. To add to his concern, he was about to have an encounter with his brother, not certain of what to expect. Jacob requested the ability to return home in peace. God would keep the covenant as he went on his way. His angels met him. His brother Esau was coming to greet him. He hoped for peace, but anticipated war. Jacob did not know what to expect. Would his angry brother still be holding a grudge? Jacob prayed. He sent messengers and gifts ahead for his brother. The application says, Imagine you attempted to make amends with someone who was angry with you. You did not know what to expect. You prayed that God would bring restoration. When faced with the choice concerning forgiveness, not all people excused what they perceived to be wrong. Some held grudges or harbored resentment and planned revenge. True forgiveness opened up an opportunity for a new start. They let it go. Jesus said, For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. And that's from Matthew 6, verses 14 and 15. Lesson illustration. Genesis 28, verses 20 through 21. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God. The original rift was real. God had blessed Jacob and Esau with families and wealth. Esau had a lineage of princes and warriors. Jacob had so much more, and he had his covenant agreement from the Lord. Jacob established a covenant vow unto God, promising his complete allegiance and faithfulness if the Lord would bless him and keep him. He wanted God to bring into alignment with his brother in peace. The phrase, keep me in this way that I go, implied that Jacob expected his encounter with Esau to be turbulent. Jacob clearly had no expectation of how he would sustain himself, and included in the covenant desire for both bread and raiment along his journey. The phrase, come again to my father's house in peace, referred to the passageway by which he would travel, as well as whom he would encounter along the way. Penuel, also called Penuel, was recognized as the city east of the Jordan River, where Jacob said he saw God face to face, and his life was spared. Therefore, the meaning of Penuel is called face of God. Coming in direct contact with God will always be a life-changing experience. The questions for today's lesson. Question 1. What is the meaning of Penuel, and why is it called such? Question 2. Jacob had many life-changing experiences before becoming fully committed to God. What was the reason Isaac sent him away from home? Question 3. Name some things Jacob had on his return that he did not have when he left home. Question 4. What did come again unto my father's house in peace mean? The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.